Goals. Everybody has goals, some big, some small, but only a few use them effectively to give direction in life. Goals are one of the most important aspects of planning. After all, they question what you really want and your true intentions. They help give validation to your sacrifices, and without them, life would be an endless moor of directionless action. Motivational author Jack Canfield said, "People who don't have goals work for people who do," and there is an obvious element of truth in that statement. Mark H. McCormack explored the effects of goal setting in his book named What They Don't Teach You at Harvard Business School, where he talks about a 1979 study of students in the Harvard MBA program that clarified the power of setting goals. The study surveyed students, asking if they had set goals or had made any plans for the future. Their results were nothing less than astonishing. 3% of the students had written down goals and plans, 13% had goals but had not written them down, and 84% of the students had no defined goals. After 10 years, these MBA students were again questioned. On average, the 13% of students who had defined goals earned double as much as the others, and, remarkably, the 3% of students who had written down their goals earned, on average, 10 times more than the other 97%. Many people believe that the best type of goals are short-term and precise. However, contradicting the belief of the specific and attainable goal supremacy, the most results come from setting huge goals that are on the verge of impossible and rely on you heavily to be fulfilled. The euphoric achievement of goals is often short-lived and quickly shrugged off. Therefore, by setting immense goals which would require a long time and vast exertion of effort, work a lot better. This is because the journey of achieving a goal is commonly much more rewarding than the process of accepting achievement. Therefore, by setting large goals, the journey is extended, so the positive reward loop allows for a constant feeling of gratification rather than a short-lived satisfaction from reaching a smaller, short-term goal. Secondly, these large goals also evoke the construction of discipline rather than fueling you with motivation. Frequently, the motivation of a goal tends to fuel the actions, yet this motivation is often not enough. It will wear out and leave you directionless. However, with long-term goals, the motivation is often dismissed due to the reward being so far away. Instead, discipline is built, which is much more effective when working towards a goal. However, this isn't to say that you should not have short-term plans. You see, there is a huge difference between short-term plans and short-term goals. Once goals are fulfilled, they are often celebrated and then dismissed. But when short-term plans are enforced and reached, they often provide a sense of clarification and direction rather than satisfaction and acceptance. So, planning for a long-term goal by identifying short-term indicators is the best of both worlds. The indicators provide a sense of regulation within the long-term, discipline-driven journey, which does not rely heavily on the satisfaction of short-term, meaningless goals. Now you know the importance of setting goals and the certain types of goals in which you should set, but how do you really set a goal? To do this, you should utilize the GROW tactic explored by the author Max Landsberg in his book The Tale of Coaching. GROW is an acronym which stands for Goal, Reality, Options and Wrap Up. Firstly, the GROW stage. You should ask yourself what you would like to achieve. What would you like to happen that is not happening now? Does this achievement align with your values? Think deeply about these questions. I suggest you pause the video now and have a go at answering these questions, and make sure to be honest. If you really want something, then write it down. Secondly, the reality stage. What is happening at the moment? Have you tried anything so far? Try to be as truthful as you can. Do not be blinded by your ego and write down what you really believe. Next, the options. What can you do to reach your goal? Are there any alternative strategies? What are the pros and cons of each strategy? Which option would you like to act on? In this section, you should also take account of the magnitude of sacrifices that each option should require and the effort necessary to yield result. And finally, the wrap-up stage. What are your next steps? In this stage, you should precisely identify when your actions can take place. You should recognize a specific time frame in which your goal is going to be fulfilled and plan when, where, and what you're going to do to work on it. I suggest using a journal or calendar to plan specific timeframes and provide accountability and short-term targets which can be met to provide feedback for the goal. You should also identify if each option is immediately actionable or requires fulfillment of another action first. If your options are immediately actionable, do them now. It's much better to start habits as soon as you discover them to counter the frustrating force of procrastination. In addition, make sure that your goals, though long-term, are quantitative and easily measured so that your short-term indicators can provide a sense of progress towards these targets and provide specified feedback which is easily visualized in the grand scheme of progression. In summary, you should aim to set long-term goals with short-term indicators to provide direction and positive feedback. You should question your true intentions and what you really want. And then finally, you must focus on the journey rather than the reward, as the reward is often a lot less fulfilling than the actions leading up to the reward. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.